Do your feet stink? Are you having trouble thinking? Have you had drastic changes in your appetite or your weight in the recent past? If any of these describe where you're at, you may be experiencing a zinc deficiency. My name is Elaine Newkirk, and I would love to share some information with you so that you'll be able to know whether zinc is a deficiency in your body and how you might support the body nutritionally to put that zinc back in with foods or herbs. So looking at the symptoms, we've got several of them, and I just want to elaborate a little bit on each one. Changes in appetite. That could be as simple as foods you've always loved no longer sound or taste good to you. It's pretty simple to understand why, because you don't have a sense of taste or smell like you used to. So maybe just the smell of something not being there makes it no longer be appealing. You may have changes in your appetite, maybe as extreme as anorexia. Whenever we see anorexia or bulimia, we will almost always see a zinc deficiency. I don't know which comes first, the deficiency or the symptom, but either way, we typically find them going hand in hand. You may have an unexplained weight loss, maybe even a weight gain, and you aren't really eating any different. It's just your body seems to be behaving differently. Another sign we may see is, we won't see it, we'll smell it, body odor. I said, do your feet stink? But the reality is that can be anywhere on your body. Certainly underarm odor where you've just gotten out of the shower, you've washed with even a soap with some essential oils in it, and you're still experiencing some body odor. That would be a good reason to add some zinc-rich foods into your diet and see if you could get rid of that problem. You may not even know you've got the problem because if you've lost your sense of smell, you may have to go to a loved family member or friend to say, hey, you know what? I got to ask you something. Do I have some body odor? Because I've lost my sense of smell and I just want to make sure my hygiene is actually working. Now, a couple of other areas that we would see some weaknesses, some need for that nutritional support is your immune system. Zinc is really crucial to the metabolic functions in your body. Over 100 enzyme functions in your immune system and your digestive tract rely on the presence of zinc. So you might experience some slow wound healing or some inability to get rid of a sore throat or have your lymph nodes feeling comfortable. Maybe your lymph nodes will become swollen or your tonsils become irritated. You might even find yourself reaching for zinc lozenges to relieve some of that. We certainly know that zinc is within the antioxidant family, helping to protect us against free radical damage, which can interfere with our elimination, but it can also interfere with our ability to make and utilize our hormones. Whether those are thyroid or adrenal or reproductive, just think it could affect any of them. We know that zinc is necessary for your skin, so wounds that don't heal quickly, acne that seems to be consistently showing up, and you just get rid of one pimple and a couple new ones take its place. That's an indicator of a zinc issue as well. Hair loss or a tendency towards stretch marks. Now, 9 months pregnant, you might expect some stretch marks, but 3 months pregnant, maybe not. Maybe no pregnancy, you still are getting some stretch marks on your thighs or back or abdomen. That could certainly be a simple zinc deficiency. Now, we might think about chronic fatigue, we might think about the hormones, but what you may not be aware of is that zinc is also important for your nervous system and your circulatory system. Now, when I say zinc is a trace mineral, we know that means you only need little bits, little trace amounts of it. In fact, you only have about 0.01% of your entire body weight coming from zinc, but it is crucial to all of the areas that I've already mentioned. Now, how will you refill that zinc bucket when it's empty? Well, if you happen to be a vegetarian, it's going to be a little bit more work for you. You're going to have to make very specific choices with zinc in mind. For the person who eats red meat, beef is a perfect example of a place to get high quality zinc. Lamb, turkey, shrimp, most seafood will have some zinc in it. But if you tend to avoid those animal-like products, then you may reach for something like sesame seeds or pumpkin seeds or cashews, maybe even lentils falling into the category of zinc rich. But it is clear that beef and dairy products are going to be much, much higher on the cascade of where you will get the zinc. Now, some people are just going to say, I don't eat any of those foods. I'm not going to. Tell me an herbal source. Well, I'm not sure whether you want to look at parsley as being an herb or a food, but specifically French parsley called chervil is an excellent source of zinc, but all parsley is going to come in higher than anything else in the herbal / vegetarian world. Other herbs you might be able to get a fair amount of zinc from would be sage, poppy seeds, celery seeds, and kelp. And of course, we all know that the good for guys zinc source is saw palmetto. So the symptoms are going to determine your need. Just realize if you're taking it from an herbal source and it's catching in your throat, then that's probably either not the right herbal source or it's not an herb that's necessary for you right now, which is why I always look at dietary changes before going out and spending your money on herbs or supplements. So hopefully this is helpful for you. If you are zinc deficient, you might find that this little tiny trace mineral can make a world of difference in how you feel and how you smell and how you think and how you look. So hopefully this is helpful information. I'll see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.